Thank you for taking the time to learn more about our online graduate programs here at the T. Denny Sanford School of Social and Family Dynamics. We're going to go over the Family and Human Development Online Master's Program and the Sociology Online MA Program. Here are a couple discussion points that we have over this presentation. We have the introduction and the points of clarity, deadlines and course maps, admission information, FHD and SOC going over those particular program details, resources, and Q&A. Here's a small introduction to me. I'm the Graduate Programs Coordinator here at the Sanford School. I got a bachelor's in Fine Art and Painting, and I worked for the Princeton Review for quite some time, going over test preparations such as GRE, GMAT, and LSAT. Currently, I'm a Higher and Post-Secondary Education's Master's Program student at ASU. Since we're going to be interacting a lot, you can definitely ask me some questions if you have questions about being a master's student in general. Points of clarity. Here at ASU, we do our sessions a little bit different. Semesters, typically we have them in fall and spring semesters. Our sessions are semesters that are divided into different lengths of time, such as Session A are the first 7.5 weeks of the semester, Session B is the second 7.5 weeks of the semester, and Session C are the whole 15 weeks. Now for this program, you only need to worry about Session A and Session B. Also, this information session is not for financial aid or payment information. If you have questions about financial aid and payment information, please search for the Financial Aid Office webpage on the asu.edu website. This information session is also for those who are thinking about applying or have applied and are waiting for a response. If you want to know more about how you fit into the program, please email graduatesanford@asu.edu and I'll forward your email to the director. Both programs are non-thesis degree programs and are for practical application. They are terminal degrees. Admissions. Rolling deadlines for both the Family and Human Development and Sociology programs are listed below. If you would like to start for fall, you would apply by July 15th. If you would like to start mid-October, which would technically be the Fall B session, you would start October 1st, so on and so forth. The asterisk at the bottom states that only 3 credits offered as part of the degree in this part of the semester. So if you are thinking about financial aid, you do need to know that a minimum of 5 credits or more is going to qualify you for receiving that financial aid. During our Fall B and Spring B sessions, we typically only offer 1 class, which is 3 credits, not qualifying you for financial aid. Program of study. The FHD and SOC programs are a total of 30 credits. That's 10 3-credit courses. An estimated time of the programs are 15 to 18 months when you follow the specific course maps that we have on our website. Fall B and Spring B only offers 3 credits. Please consider applying to the next deadline if you need to apply for financial aid. If you want to start in these specific sessions, you can sign up for the Capstone Prep courses, which are 3 credits. This course will not count towards the 30 credits total towards your degree. As I said before, there is a Capstone Prep course that will not count towards your degree, but if you have a class that needs to be waived, such as research methods or social statistics, then you can have this class waive and take the Capstone Prep course in space of it. Capstone courses are allowed to only be taken after 3 credits of the programs have been completed. Students who are looking at entering in the summer will have an exception to the rule because of the way that the course maps are formulated. All classes are only offered once an academic year, so it's very important to follow your course map. Deviating from the course maps that we have listed on the website may in fact alter your financial aid or prolong your stay in the program itself. Here are some links to the course maps. You must follow the course maps. Deviating from the course maps may unintentionally prolong the length of the program. I do want to go over the website a bit so that you know how important it is to follow and bookmark the website if you become a student of these programs. Here is the Family and Human Development Master's online webpage. It'll give you everything that you need to know, and it's also the place where you need to go if you have any questions concerning the program itself. Most of the current students are even going to be using this. Each course in the Family and Human Development MS program is designed and taught by faculty who have also helped in developing the courses of the program. To give you a little bit more about what classes you're going to take, here is a list of courses that you're going to take and when they are offered. Remember, they're only offered once an academic year. When it comes to the capstone courses, though, they're offered different times of sessions of the year. You can look at different descriptions of the Family and Human Development courses at this link. Underneath is more information about the course map. If you are interested in the child life track or specializing in child life, you can click here for the child life curriculum and course requirements for the course map. Also, you can have an extended course map. The extended course map, which I'll go over in a bit, will give you a little more flexibility, and also you'll be in the program a little bit longer. Here's some important information about the capstones to understand about the capstones and the timing. Now, here are the classes that you're going to take. If you're a student that is thinking about coming in for Fall A, which means you would start in August, these are the 3 classes that you will take for that particular semester. As you see, you'll only go up to the next fall, which means you'll graduate the next following year. Here are some alternative course maps, just in case you would like to see different variations of the course map. But any alternatives for Fall B, Spring A, Spring B, and Summer will be about set in stone. This course map here has FAS-CDE 598. Those who are not interested in the child life specialization should not enroll for CDE 598. They should just stick with FAS 598 because CDE 598 are for those who are specializing in the child life. Here's some information about the child life specialization. If you are interested in the child life specialization, just be reminded that obtaining the child life specialization as a part of the Master's in Family and Human Development does not qualify one for practice as a child life specialist. We give you a link to the childlife.org website, which will give you a little bit more information about becoming a child life specialist. You can click on Learn More to find the curriculum of the child life specialization. We give you a list of courses and when they're offered, as well as the same format for the capstones. We also give you your own course maps with different classes that you'll take in order to obtain the child life specialization. You have an FAQ page where you can have a little bit more answers about the specialization, such as, after completion of this specialization, will I have met the necessary requirements to meet national certification? What's the difference between 40 hours of fieldwork completed as part of the MS program and a child life internship? This might be some information you might need to know prior to deciding to come into our program. As for the sociology program, you will notice that the sociology program website and the course maps are pretty similar. That's because both of them have been mirrored against each other. Sociology students will be taking courses that are also only available once an academic year, and the capstones are only available in these certain sessions. You can view a brief description of the sociology courses at this link. And also, course maps will have the same rules as the Family and Human Development course maps. As you can see, this Fall A course map looks pretty similar to the Family and Human Development course map, which means that if you are planning to enter into Fall A, you would take Sociology 585, Sociology 500, and Sociology 586 for your first semester. Going down, you'll see that you have different course maps for different times. If you are a student beginning in Spring A, then these are the classes that you will take. course maps for students beginning in Spring B would take this particular course map. If you deviate from the course map, you may prolong your stay in the program or affect your financial aid. So I do ask you to email us and let us know if you're planning on deviating from the plan. There is a difference between the classes and the capstone. Classes are only offered once an academic year, and capstones are only offered as certain sessions, as I've said before. Here's some overview about the capstone courses. Capstone courses build on each other. You have to take Capstone I, II, and III in that order. Capstone III will always be your last class. Here's a synopsis for Capstone I. In Capstone I, you'll be doing a professional development course. You'll review resumes, explore the job market in these fields. You'll coordinate a professional investigation into organizations of your choice. You'll interview these organizations to get a feel for how you connect to that specific job or interest. This has helped plenty of students realize that their research interest is viable, or it also gives them the idea if they should pursue another interest. Once you complete Capstone I, you go to Capstone II. Capstone II is a little more academic and writing intensive. You will be involved in academic research papers on interests that you found in Capstone I. You'll learn about proper APA formatting, and you'll also be in contact with the writing specialist, Ashley Bustamante, who can help you with your papers, help you review, give you suggestions, help you edit. It gives you a taste of how the academic rigors will be if you would like to go into the research fields for these particular subjects. Capstone III has two options, and here's the option 1. Number 1 would be the field work. It's like an internship. You would stay with a company, pick a company or an organization of your choice. You would have to complete up to 40 hours for a total session. Paperwork needs to be filed 4 to 6 weeks in advance with your location and ASU. And we have our fieldwork director, Dr. Bridget Seeley, who can assist you in that process. This process will not begin immediately. This usually starts in Capstone II or immediately after you finish Capstone II. Capstone III, option 2. This means you would have the option to do an in-depth investigative paper. You would have a 40-page minimum, and students can expand their investigation in their Capstone II paper topic and create a more in-depth written report that informs the reader of the current state of research, future research directions, and/or identify problems and solutions. So for those who are working full-time and don't have the schedule for a fieldwork internship, you can definitely do the second option so that you can complete your degree. Here's some general application information. Applications can only be open for about 2 months. So if you do open an application, make sure that you submit it and you pay for the application before the 2 months are over, or you would have to start over on your application. GRE scores are not part of the application, so you don't have to worry about taking the GRE. A 3.0 GPA or higher is expected. We do provisional admits, but they're not common. And you cannot request a provisional admission to the program. This is done at the discretion of the admissions committee. So if you have a GPA of 2.9, you can definitely apply, and we encourage you to apply, but you cannot request a provisional admission to the program. You can send the transcripts to this link, the Graduate Admissions Office. You can click on Have Official Materials Sent to Graduate Admission Services to determine what address to use for what carrier. If you've been to ASU before, ASU transcripts do not need to be sent. They'll automatically be attached to your application. Both the Sociology and Family and Human Development programs will need a 4 to 5 page personal statement, 2 letters of recommendation, and if you're an international student, you'll require a TOEFL to be submitted with a score of at least 600 PBT or 80 IBT. Please refer to this link, the English Proficiency link, and it's a page on the Graduate Education website for more information. In your letters of recommendation, you will have to alert your recommenders that the emails are from an automated system, so it may go to their junk mail. Our email will send them back to the website to upload their letter. There's no postage necessary. The system will send out an email every 5 to 6 days if your recommender does not respond. There are 3 slots in the application, 2 are mandatory to be received. If they are having trouble using the interface, have them email their letter in a Word or PDF format to graduatesanford@asu.edu, where I can get their letter attached to your application. Is an online program for me? That's the question that you need to ask yourself before applying to these programs. Does this program fit with your individual goals and aspirations? Do you have a hard time with time management and being self-disciplined? If so, it might not be a program for you. But do you need a flexible schedule? And are you interested in entering the job market or enhancing the career you have now? These questions are important to ask yourself if you are planning on joining an online program. Family and Human Development Online Master's Program. This program expands the knowledge of understanding of relationships and developmental dynamics, effectively evaluating and consuming research, and how to translate research into the best practices. There's a link here to go to the course descriptions. There is a child life specialization that has been added to the program. The specialization is designed to A. help prepare students for the National Qualifying Child Life Exam. B. allow students to arrange their own fieldwork experience that will increase their competitiveness for future child life practicums and/or internships. And C. give students guidance and direction towards future employment as a child life specialist. The specialization will not appear on the student's degree or diploma. However, it can be appropriately listed on the resume, such, for example, Master's in Family and Human Development with a specialization in child life. Obtaining the child life specialization as a part of this program does not qualify one to practice as a child life specialist. Here's the link for the child life specialization. Sociology Online Master's Program. The program expands on the promotion of healthy individuals, families, by understanding how social context influences their well-being. The knowledge is for students who want an applied practitioner-oriented approach, and the knowledge of applied and academic studies. You can find work in a variety of human services settings included, but not limited to, human resources, community support programs, nonprofit organizations, government agencies, child protective services, education support and administration in elementary schools, high schools, and universities, family violence centers, crisis intervention centers. Additionally, this program can enhance professional degrees and careers students may already have. However, this program does not provide any additional licensing or certifications. How to apply? You can start your application at this link. The Graduate Admissions Office oversees all of the applications that are submitted for all graduate programs. You can contact the Graduate Admissions Office at 480-965-6113 or email them at that email address. The progress on your application can be saved until the other documents are ready. However, you are required to turn everything in and pay the graduate education application fee to be considered for the program. In other words, our department does not receive any part of your application until you have paid that fee. I will not be able to review your application and submit it to the admissions committee if your letters of recommendation or your transcripts have not come in. Resources. Here's the link for Admissions Office website, the Graduate Frequently Asked Questions, Financial Aid Office, Tuition and Fees Schedule. Make sure you click on the tuition and fees schedule in particular if you want to know about how much the program may cost per credit hour. Scholarships. The Susan Coleman Scholarship. You need to have a minimum GPA of 3.0 or higher. Students must maintain 6 credit hours during the fall and spring semesters for the year, and students must indicate an interest in studying and working in areas related to the aging process, including human change over time and/or particular developmental periods such as infancy, childhood, adolescence, adulthood, late adulthood. Preference will be given to those who show a strong commitment to a professional career that addresses the needs of an aging population, evidence in an application and history of previous employment, internships, activities, and involvement in that area. Preference will also be given to those students who indicate a financial need. The Dell Webb Scholarship. You need to have a cumulative GPA of 3.5 or higher. Students must maintain 6 credit hours during the fall and spring semesters for the year in which they receive the scholarship. Financial need is not a factor in the selection process. Evidence of volunteer activities with older adults is also mandatory. Statement of interest on application must outline the career directions that you plan to take. Please contact the Assistant to the Director, Sarah Erickson, at sarah.erickson@asu.edu for more information about how much is dispersed and when the deadlines are. There are other scholarship opportunities. You can go to this link for the application to the actual scholarship. A limited number of paid student hourly grader positions are also available as part of the Sanford School's undergraduate online program. Students interested in applying for these positions can contact Dr. Amy Reesing to see if you can qualify for that. And also, ASU Online provides some more information about scholarship opportunities outside of the Sanford School. I want to give you a visual map of what our program support will look like. ASU Online and Graduate Education Office is at the top. They do make all of the policies and the rules for all of the graduate programs at ASU. Underneath that, you may have already been in touch with an enrollment coach, but if you haven't, that's okay. Enrollment coaches are there to help you out with your application, but I'm also here to help you out with your application as well. On the side, there's the Success Coach. The Success Coach is going to help you with life skills such as time management, homework management, coaching you on different tactics to use while taking a test or writing a paper. They're there to help you with the non-academic subjects of your life. The director, Dr. Bethany Van Vliet, and the faculty advisor, Dr. Marcella Gamelli, will be the first points of contacts that you have if you have questions about your class's content, if you are having a hard time understanding the content of the course, or you have questions about the theories that are presented. They can definitely help you with that. Underneath that, there's me, the graduate coordinator, and I'll help you get through your program. I'll help you enroll in your program, do your interactive plan of study, and also, if you do have any questions about the policies, can definitely help you with those. And once you are done with your Capstone I and II, you will be in contact with the field director, Dr. Bridget Seeley. Dr. Seeley will work with you to time your capstone at the right time so that you graduate on time and also have all your paperwork in, because it takes 4 to 6 weeks to get done. She will also help you out with figuring out if option 1 would be better than option 2 or vice versa. Dr. Bethany Van Vliet, the Director of Online Graduate Programs and Head of Faculty Advisor of Family and Human Development, will be the faculty member you may interact with most. Dr. Marcella Gamelli is the Head of Faculty Advisors for the Sociology program, and I am the Graduate Programs Coordinator. You can email us at graduatesanford@asu.edu, and if you want to schedule an appointment with me, and if you have any other questions, you can click on this link and schedule a time on my open calendar. My open calendar shows about an availability about 2.5 weeks out. Here is where you can send me some questions at graduatesanford@asu.edu. Also, you can download the PowerPoint on this webpage and go to the links that have been suggested in the PowerPoint. Have a great day, and hopefully you apply to these programs.